Self-recording. Hello, welcome back. We are now in round 3 correctly. We are on the play. Let's look at our opening hand. I like this opening hand.
Yeah, it does stuff. So honestly, all I can ask.
So, if we play a land every turn, play Stubborn Sentry, play Queen's Commission, we're up to 7 permanents on turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our opponent's on 5 cards in hand, so obviously nothing's guaranteed in Magic ever, but that does make me feel pretty good about this start.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we have to attack and send a message. Because you just have to attack with your O3 when you get the chance to.
Oh, yeah. Now we won't because he has profitable block.
And then we Queen's Commission and pass.
Mm-hmm.
Next turn, do we play out a Legion Conquistador, or do we just... God damn it. We've natural drawn 3 Legion Conquistadors.
Oh, yeah.
Do we just slam our Golden Guardian, though, or do we worry about him having a removal spell for it?
We slammed the Golden Guardian, I think.
I'm inclined to worry about the removal spell, to be honest.
Well, he has 3 mana. What kills Golden Guardian?
For 3 mana? Vanquish doesn't do it, neither does Reaper Ambush. But next turn he has 4 mana, and then he could have Impale.
Yeah.
Before we make that decision, we're obviously going to attack. Because we gain 2 life out of it, and he takes a damage.
Mm-hmm.
My gut instinct is it's right to be Legion Conquistador this turn. And then next turn, provided we hit a land, we get to ascend, and then our Stubborn Sentry is a 3/3. And that's pretty good.
Right.
Okay, he passed.
Yeah, suck it, punk.
So we did not hit our land. So we're going to swing like this. Oh, it stopped attacking with one of our vampire tokens. That's weird. Sky Marcher, go.
Pikachu, go.
I told you you had the Impale.
I'm not sure.
I was right.
Yeah?
Alright, that gets us to 10. Lightkeeper for 1. Another Legion Conquistador for 3. We have the City's Blessings. We will not be searching. And attack with all. I still think we hold the Golden Guardian until we can actually activate it in the same turn. Which makes me want to swing like this.
What is
obviously... What?
What pirate is that he's chump blocking with?
The one that whenever another creature dies, get a treasure.
Okay, wasn't sure.
It's Sailor of Mean's evil brother.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a Voracious Vampire, which we're still not particularly worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so if we swing all in, he blocks the Voracious Vampire and Legion Conquistador, so then he gets treasure out of it. He blocks, he takes 3, and then we play 2 creatures. Is that fine?
Yes.
Are we okay with giving him a treasure, is the real question.
Yeah.
Okay. Not you two. We do not want to throw away a vampire token right now for an extra point of damage. Next turn we'll do that, because next turn I think it's lethal, but not this turn. And then next turn, off of the double splash, he plays Settle the Wreckage. Off the double treasure splash. It'll happen. For some reason, he's paused on this whole token generating thing.
Yeah. Maybe he's not sure if he wants it or not.
Well, I don't think it's actually a May, so I don't think he gets to pick if he wants it or not.
Maybe we could just do a little dance.
He may have dropped from the game. I've been having a lot of opponents have connectivity issues recently.
Maybe we drop from the game.
No, because we still see his timer going down. I know you don't, because it's too small for you, but
yeah,
we can see his timer dropping, which means that we're still in the game. I went ahead and shot him a message. Maybe he doesn't realize that it's paused on him.
Maybe he fell asleep.
I mean, I doubt that one. He might have had to go up and do something. I don't know. I don't know his life.
I don't even know if it's a he.
Yeah. I mean, technically I don't, but I also basically use he as the gender-neutral pronoun. If I am unsure, I generally just call my opponent a he regardless.
I see that.
Makes more sense to me. Although, because, it's they is technically singular also, right?
This is not my area of expertise, so I'm not going to say anything.
I think that's right. I think, they is obviously the group pronoun, but I think it's also the gender-neutral singular pronoun in English, which is dumb. But I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I don't know. I'm not a linguistic major.
Yep. I know nothing.
But they have been on this blocking step for 4 minutes. Or thereabouts. There he is. It happened. And we will not search. Unfortunately, our secret weapon has been revealed. He knows that we have 4 Legion of Conquistadors.
He doesn't know if we have 5, though.
Well, we didn't. We failed to find. Or I guess technically we didn't search, so we might have a 5th one. Is he gonna Lodge it not? Or secrets? Okay, draw some cards. Probably not gonna be good enough. Attack. There's nothing I'm actually scared about blowing us out. I mean, he might have, like, a way to survive this combat, but I'm not, like, concerned about that. Oh, yeah, okay, he had Movement Craving, so he will survive this combat at 3. Yeah. And Arcane Wish Paladin will untap. Do we play out the Golden Guardian, or do we honestly just pass? I don't see.
Might as well play it for later.
Yeah, I don't see any way he's getting out of this, and I'd rather not play it out if we don't have to, because it's kind of... It's not like an absolute bomb card, but it's a card I wouldn't mind our opponent not knowing we have. What are your thoughts?
Logic,
What?
I understand your logic, but I mean, if we can just kill them, let's just kill them. No need to jerk off on the table here, but...
Yeah, but he doesn't really help us kill them. He has Defender.
I understand. Then let's stop playing. Boom.
Okay.
Simple, done.
So we are both in the same boat? At least potentially.
The boat might not be floating, but we are both in.
Yeah, see, he just conceded anyway. We didn't see any vampires, so I'm not worried about Cleansing Ray. We didn't see much of anything.
Well, let's sideboard out our deck so that we can play the same thing.
Just run it back. I think we just run it back.
Yeah.
We're not putting Unclaimed Territory in our deck, in case anyone was curious. Alright, now it is important to remember that was kind of a freebie win, because he only had 4 cards in his hand at the start or whatever. I think this hand's a keep.
It has cards.
We can play most of them.
It's about all I can ask.
And if we draw a non-zero number of lands, we can play all of them.
Eventually, yes.
Not worried about that. I think we just hold up Moment of Craving. And just kill off his Voracious Vampire if he attacks.
Yeah. That works.
I'm not super into playing out Grasping Scoundrel because it does literal nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we did not hit that land drop I was talking about.
But that's nothing new.
Yeah, we're not very surprised by that outcome.
Correct.
I guess technically we should have done that pre-combat, because now he has Raid if it matters.
I mean, it might.
It didn't. He passed the rest of his turn. And now we play out the Grasping Scoundrel, because we still only have 2 lands.
And now we have Board Presence.
Unfortunately, we still can't attack, because Gleaming Barricade beats Grasping Scoundrel.
And nothing beats Snowcorn Sentry. Yeah, another card we can't play.
In my defense, statistically, we should have drawn a land by now.
See, you and I both know statistics is just using numbers to lie.
Yes. Statistics, aka lying with numbers, is Baird's favorite phrase.
You might have a new one by now. It's been
I said it was.
A while. I heard it is, but oh well. I'm sure our 30-some-odd viewers can tell us. A playable card.
A playable card that can actually do damage, in fact.
I refuse to believe you.
Our hand's actually pretty stacked if we can draw any amount of anything, really.
You mean lands.
Well, yeah, we want lands. I shouldn't say any amount of anything. If, like, our next draw is a swamp or, like, a squire sentry into a swamp. Like, either of those things are fine. Now, we know he has Impale, and he now has Impale mana.
And nothing worthwhile to cast it on.
But, I mean, he could kill our Snowborn Sentry, and then he has good attacks. Alright, that's something I'm actually, like, mildly afraid of right now. Oh, no, I'm not. We have Blightkeeper.
No, I'm gonna Blightkeeper.
Yeah.
Come on, land. Draw a land. Draw a land.
Well, he's deciding if he wants to attack or not. I'm not really sure why he's deciding if he wants to attack or not, but he is. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, just generally speaking, if my opponent is tapped out and attacks a 2-2 and an 0-3, I am blocking every single time. Like, I'd be okay with the plains. I'd rather it be a swamp so we can arterial flow also, but like... And just to mock us, you know for a fact it's going to be our Evolving Wilds.
That's still progress, though.
Nope, it's a Congelli Sunwing.
That's somehow worse.
No, it's not somehow. We can't play anything. It's very obviously worse. So we ditch our Legion Conquistador?
See, that's something we might actually eventually get to.
But we have a second one, so we can draw more still.
I guess that's true. Yeah, sure.
I think that since we have a second one, I think the Legion Conquistador is the most replaceable. If we didn't, I think it'd be the Arterial Flow. Would have been the discard there. Because it's both the hardest to cast and the least impactful. But since the main reason you want a Legion Conquistador is to get more, or other Legion Conquistadors, and our hand already has the other Legion Conquistador in it, to get more, I don't think we care about that right now.
Have a nice chat there.
I sent him, fun fact, I sideboarded out all but 2 of my lands, apparently. Because...
Give enough useful information.
Yep. We're a third of the way through our deck. And so we theoretically should see somewhere near 5 lands, and we've seen 2. That's statistically much different than average.
I'm getting my scientific calculator.
I mean, we have 16.
So we have 16 lands in deck.
Yep. We would expect to have... We've seen a third of our deck, so we would have assumed to see somewhere near a third of 16, which is 5.
So big N equals...
Chris, did I lose you? To be clear, if you are talking, Chris, I can't hear you. Alright, while we wait for our opponent to decide if we can do stuff, I'm gonna try to get Chris back. Christoph. Alright, we're not actually worried about the Anointed Deacon at all. Because he is texting, I can hear you, can you hear me? No, I cannot. This might actually work, just to do this instead. We're going to lose his video, but
Hey, howdy, hey.
are you still getting me streaming my video through?
No.
Okay. I was hoping you were, because then I could just have you through this, and then my computer would still pick it up.
I gotcha.
After really, really thinking about it, he decided to put his Anointed Deacon's ability onto Queen's Base Soldier, which is not something we care about at all.
Sweet.
This guy's gonna time himself out just from taking 30 seconds to do every decision. Like, we are 6 minutes up the clock from him.
I mean, it's a darn good excuse to just learn how to narrate a game without assuming the person's looking at it.
Yep. So we're gonna do that.
Even though I'm hearing myself about 4 seconds later.
I'll leave this call so you don't have that going. Alright, he's just swinging with a 4-2 Queen's Base Soldier. We're not gonna block, because, obviously, we have a 0-3, a 1-1, and a 1-1. Hey! We hit a planes! Alright. So I think what we play here is the Legion Conquistador. Because the thing he's most likely to try is to go get he has Anointed Deacon. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't think I did.
He also has a Deathless Ancient, apparently, so that's actually scary. But we have Luminous Bonds, so we're just going to toss Luminous Bonds on it. He's probably attacking with the Queen's Base Soldier, so we want to be able to trade for it, is why I said a Legion Conquistador. Because we can just throw a 2-2 in front of his 4-2 and be completely happy with that outcome. He attacked with it. Kind of odd, but okay. We're going to block that every day of the week. We drew a Death Legion Zealot, but I think we really, really want to play Luminous Bonds on the Deathless Ancient.
Yeah.
Because we really don't have a way to deal with a 6-4 flyer. I think next turn, if we don't draw a land, we Death Legion Zealot and try to hit a land. If we do draw a land, we probably just... never mind. He Moment of Craving our flyer, so now his Vampire Revenant can swing in for free. So we have two options, really. We can either Luminous Bond his flyer, or we can play out our Kinjali Sunwing and be able to block it. I think Luminous Bond's better.
Yeah.
And then we can play... we have Paladin of Bloodstain, so we can play that next turn to prevent him from being able to attack with the Anointed Deacon. If this does go to Game 3, I think we are absolutely sighting in the Cleansing Ray now.
Yeah, nodding doesn't help me, never mind.
We're trading our Grasping Scoundrel. We're at 10 to 22, by the way. And we're 100% going to trade our Grasping Scoundrel to prevent 5 damage, right?
Yeah.
Especially because next turn we can play Paladin of the Bloodstain and then he can't attack anymore. Or we hit our 5th land, so we can play Death Legion Zealot into Legion Conquistador. We'll still have 3 power back, and it will draw us a card, or draw us 2 cards virtually, because Legion Conquistador can fetch the last one. I like that.
For sure.
I mean, we end up 1 lower on life, but it's still... It gets us 2 cards deeper. It lets us draw... Or if worse comes to worse, we can just chump block the Anointed Deacon for an extra turn. And then still just do the Paladin and the Bloodstain play. Alright, so he's down to 3 cards in hand, which kind of makes me want to Arterial Flow him. He is down to his last card in hand. He impaled his own Deathless Ancient.
Okay.
I'm assuming his logic there is he can play out another Vampire, and then he has the 3 Vampires to do things with. Now he played Secrets of the Golden City, so he's up to 4 cards in hand. But I'm guessing what he wants to do is, because Deathless Ancient, you can recur from your graveyard by tapping 3 Vampires. So I'm guessing his play is he wants to keep recurring Deathless Ancient off of his Anointed Deacon Vampire Revenant, which has Luminous Bonds on it, and some other Vampire he just has. So next turn, if that's the case, we'll have 6 mana. So we can either like Arterial Flow him, play Kinjali Sunwing, or we can play like Golden Guardian, be able to flip it if we need to. Or we can play a Kinjali Sunwing Legion Conquistador, or just Paladin of the Bloodstained. Out of those, the one I like most is Arterial Flowing and then Kinjali Sunwing, because the Kinjali Sunwing will make his next Vampire enter tapped, so he won't be able to recur Deathless Ancient again anyway, for at least a turn.
Yeah, that allows us to slow him down a little bit.
Because he has 4 cards in hand and infinite mana, so I'm assuming he has another Vampire he's planning on playing.
Probably.
So making him ditch 2 cards and getting a thing that prevents his next turn from happening seems like a good play. Also, in case you're wondering, we did hit City's Blessing, so our Snubhorn Sentry is now a 3/3.
Huh. Praise be.
He is again thinking really hard about how he wants to use his Anointed Deacon. He currently has 2 Vampires on the field, one of them has Luminous Bonds on it, and he's probably not attacking this turn. If he does attack, he has 1 black mana open right now, which means if he attacks, he almost certainly has Skullduggery. Do we worry about it? Because I'd be okay with like trading off Skullduggery for our Snubhorn Sentry, because it forces him to discard an extra card.
Yeah, I can do that.
He ended up not attacking. We drew Legion Lieutenant. I don't think we care enough to play it. I really think our play is the thing that we already said. The Arterial Flow Kinjali Sunwing.
Yeah.
Arterial Flow you. You discard 2, we gain 2. This is actually a pretty sweet game.
I wouldn't know.
Then we play Kinjali Sunwing, which means you will not be able to recur your Vampire this turn, at least. So you did have the 3rd Vampire. It's another Vampire Revenant. We drew Impale. Do we just murderize the Anointed Deacon?
We kill the biggest thing there.
Murk his biggest thing.
Yeah.
I also think we... swinging in's not great, actually. Because he has... What will he has an 0-4 Defender and a 1-4, the Pitiless Plunderer, the one that makes treasure. So if we swing in, he does something like Pitiless Plunderer on the Desolation Zealot, kill it. Gleaming Barrier on the Snubhorn Sentry, take nothing. Take 2 off the Legion Conquistador. 2 off the Kinjali Sunwing. And then we take, like, 5 back. That doesn't seem good. I don't think we do that. Alright, he's Traveler Amuleting. Then he's playing Mausoleum Harpy, which is something I'm not super worried about. I mean, if we draw something like Chupacabra here, it'd be pretty great. We drew the Famished Paladin. I think we play Paladin of the Bloodstained Legion's Lieutenant. Or, no, we play Paladin the Bloodstained Famished Paladin, don't we?
Yes.
Because then... fuck. Damn it.
What'd you do?
I clicked too fast and accidentally tapped out of white.
Dang it.
Alright, he's secreting again. Skittering Heartstopper is not something we're concerned about. So we, like, really need to find a... Yep, we're gonna take 3 off of our Mausoleum Harpy. Because we do not want to trade off against... Or, not even trade off, it would just be, like, we lose a creature from it. Alright, so we're gonna play Legion Lieutenant. And then we're gonna play Famished Paladin. And then I think we just play out our Legion Conquistador also. Do we have any more? Nope. So we can draw Skyblade of the Legion's helpful, Ravenous Chupacabra is helpful, Exultant Sky Marcher's helpful. We have like 5 live draws in our deck out of 15 cards. And we need one within 3 turns, essentially. That's pretty good odds.
Seems reasonable.
Do we attack with our Vampire token? What will probably happen is he'll either trade off the Vampire Revenant, and then his Mausoleum Harpy gets bigger by 1, so it's a 4/4, but we gain 2 and kill off one of his flyers. Or he just, like, throws the Gleaming Barrier in front of it and takes nothing, but we gain 2. I think we want to attack with it, no matter what.
Yeah, I like gaining life with little tokens.
Because I'm cool with gaining life, because we're kind of low on it. Is he gonna, like... He's Vona's hungering us. I didn't even know that was instant speed. Alright, so we're gonna kill off our Death Legion Zealot. Probably, like, both of our Legion Conquistadors. Probably our attacking token. Alright, so we have to sacrifice 1 more. First, currently we're sacrificing 2 Legion Conquistadors, a Death Legion Zealot, and the 2/2 lifelinking token. What we have left is a Snubhorn Sentry, a Kinjali Sunwing, a Paladin of the Bloodstained, a Famished Paladin, and a Legion's Lieutenant. I would think the Snubhorn Sentry instead of the Vampire token's probably fine to do, but then we still need to figure out the 5th one. Or is it just Snubhorn Sentry? Because we need our Kinjali Sunwing. Honestly, his ground creatures aren't super big. It might be something like Snubhorn Sentry and Famished Paladin. And then we would keep Kinjali Sunwing, Paladin of the Bloodstained, Legion's Lieutenant, and our attacking Vampire token. Which, our attacking Vampire token's probably going to die. So...
Yeah.
Is it worth the 2 life to lose a different creature instead?
I don't know how much 2 life matters.
Okay, so we'll do... The sacrifices are Snubhorn Sentry, 2 Legion Conquistadors, Death Legion Zealot, and the Vampire token. And what we're keeping is Paladin the Bloodstained, Legion Lieutenant, Famished Paladin, Kinjali Sunwing.
Okay.
That's a pretty big game. It's a good thing we learned about that. I'm going to try to call you again.
Okay.
Because I would really prefer if you were actually, like, here. And then he impaled our Kinjali Sunwing, so I think we just die now.
Dang it.
And then we drew a swamp, which I don't think is good enough. Yeah, that Vona Hunger was pretty huge. It also didn't help us at all that we were on 2 lands until like turn 6 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so you're still not showing up, so I dropped the call.
I got to see your screen when you did that, though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Let me try it again real quick. You still got it?
I see the sideboard screen.
Alright, do you see me moving a card back and forth? Like on the left?
No.
You don't see me moving Cleansing Ray around?
No.
Okay. Cleansing Ray's coming in.
Okay.
Grasping Scoundrel's probably going out. And then I like putting Queen's Agent in because that was a pretty grindy game and having a way to. Actually, I'm not super fond of it. We'll just run this back. We would like to play first. So did you switch to a normal screen, like the actual game?
No.
All right.
I lost you at 2 minutes and 37 seconds on the sideboard time.
Trying again.
Ooh, I see things. I see a hand that you can't keep.
So what I'll do is just every few seconds, or every couple minutes or whatever, I will basically refresh it, because I don't think you're I think you're getting the picture, you're not getting like I think you're getting a still image, not like a video. I don't think we keep this hand. What do you think?
Honestly, I think it would be a whole lot easier to just pretend that I'm there and just make smart alecky comments every so often who don't really contribute.
Okay. Well, our hand is 2 swamps, 3 plains, a luminous bond, and a moment of triumph. I'm not.
I saw that part, so no.
No? Okay.
Yeah, that one's bad.
Our new hand is 2 plains, a Snowborn Sentry, a Kinjali Sunwing, a luminous bonds, and arterial flow.
That's a lot closer.
I like this. He kept in our top, our Scry is Famish Paladin. I think we leave that on top.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't get to live the dream of putting Squires of Ocean on the Famish Paladin and just going hard. He played Direfleet Hoarder, which is the 2-1 that when it dies makes a treasure. I attacked into it, he didn't block, and I'm playing out the Kinjali Sunwing. We drew a swamp, if I didn't say that.
Okay.
So next turn, we're really hoping for another Exultant Skymarch is okay. He didn't play out anything. He just passed with 3 mana open. I'm attacking with the Kinjali Sunwing and then playing an Exultant Skymarcher. He played a tapped Vampire Revenant. Do we Arterial Flow? I think we do. Because if we Arterial Flow, our Famish Paladin untaps, and then we get to attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, yeah.
And then on the next turn, he'll get to attack back with the Vampire Revenant. But then we can Luminous Bonds it. He discarded Mausoleum Harpy and a Queen's Agent.
Okay.
If we draw a land or something that produces 2 or 2 cards, like okay, he's impaling our Kinjali Sunwing.
Okay.
If we draw a land, though, we get to Paladin the Bloodstain does it. We're going to play Paladin the Bloodstain. Our Subhorse Sentry is now ascended. Or no, it's not. He killed a creature. Damn. Okay, so we pass. There's a Skittering Heartstopper that we don't really care about. So if we Luminous Bonds his Vampire Revenant, we get to attack with 3, 5, 8, 9. He's at 9. He'll block 3, so he'll take 6 and go to 3. And then we'll lose whatever he blocks as he has Skittering Heartstopper. I still think that's good enough. Well, let's put it this way. I know we're Luminous Bonding the Vampire Revenant.
Yes.
And then it's either we swing all in and do 6 and put him to 3, or we swing with the Exultant Sky Marcher, he can't block and goes to 7. But his late game's a lot scarier than ours, so I'd rather just get him dead. I'm attacking. All in. He'll trade off for the... Oh, that's not what I expected at all. Neat. He blocked... Okay. Yep, we got it. We won the match. Went 2-1 in.
Woohoo!
We got there. And I didn't even need your help to do it.
I mean, do you ever?
Theoretically. You're my co-host for a reason. That being said, I think we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, Adam and Chris went 2-1 with a white-black vampires deck. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.